If you're a seller in today's market, there's really three different ways to get your home sold. And we'll talk about all three. We'll talk about the benefits of each and why you may choose one or the other. So primarily, the most traditional way to sell is on the open market through MLS. Who that's for is the seller that wants to maximize the equity in their home. You know, they may be moving out of state to another location. They may have the ability financially to go purchase another home prior to selling this one, so they don't have to deal with a contingency or something like that. And this is going to be the way that we're going to get the most amount of money. It's the way that we've always traditionally sold homes. You know, kind of that process is we're scheduling an appointment, we're touring the property, we're really spending some time talking about preparation and how we're going to market the property. It's a little bit of a more prepared process versus something where you may just need to get out quick. And it's really where we're having discussions around marketing, and we're able to do things like, you know, full color brochures, video. You know, we're probably spending a week or two really getting the property prepared, photographed, and we're doing a proper listing launch. And that's gonna get us the most eyeballs on the property. The more people are gonna be able to tour it that way and essentially get the most amount of money. We're creating exposure, we're getting traffic, we're getting the most attention on the property, and that always drives the highest sales price. Now, the second way to get your home sold right now is what's kind of been the craze for the last few years, and it's the trend of the cash buyers, right? We call them iBuyers in the industry. If you haven't heard that term, it's the open doors, the offer pads, where essentially you're just selling to an investor. All these companies have come up with really catchy phrases and ways to make it seem like a stressful process, and they serve their place. I think, you know, for that buyer that seller who just needs out of the house quick. They're not really overly concerned about the equity and maximizing the equity that they have in the house, but they have a need to get out. It could be a contingent situation where they've got an offer in on another property, or they want to put an offer in on another property, and they just want someone to give them an offer on their house, and they don't particularly care whether they leave a few thousand, 10,000, 50,000 on the table. And we've seen it, numbers in excess of that, of sellers actually leaving it on the table. Now, like I said, I don't think it's a terrible way to go if that need serves you the best. I would encourage anybody that's thinking about going that route to have a professional get those offers for them. There's no cost for them to do that, but what we've done for a lot of our clients is we'll go get all of the cash offers, and we'll spend time explaining to our clients what those offers actually mean, what they're gonna net in their pocket when it's all said and done, because oftentimes you'll get that offer and then it comes with an inspection, some further negotiations in terms of repair credits and things like that. And by that point, the seller is typically pretty invested in the process. And what's a few extra thousand, right? What's an extra % or 2%? And that's really kind of the thought process. And then it ends up being an additional credit. And at the end, they don't feel great about it. And what they really don't feel great about is when whoever bought that house turns around and sells it for thousands more than, you know, what they could have essentially got for it on their own on the open market. So, like I said, there's a place for those cash buyers, but call a professional, let them go get those cash offers for you. It doesn't cost you anything. You'll understand the process better, and you'll have someone advocating on your side. And like I said, it's free. So the third way to get your home sold in this market, and this is a little bit newer in a sense of how smooth it is to facilitate this, is the trade-in. And there's always been trade-in programs, but they haven't been this smooth. And we've partnered with companies that are helping us facilitate this for our clients. And let's say you have a house, you've got a ton of equity in it, you want to go buy another home, but you either don't want to be contingent on the sale of your current property, or the seller of the property that you're going to buy doesn't want to take a contingent offer. And in this market, that's often the case. So what the trade-in program allows you to do is get a guaranteed cash offer on your existing home. And typically that cash offer is 85 to 90% of whatever the market value is, and then go buy the next home non-contingent. Then what happens is the company that we're partnering with will actually buy your current home and then sell it after you get moved into your new home, but you get the upside. So anything additional that this house sells for from that current offer that you got, you get the proceeds. And this is really the best program. The downside of it is it takes a little more preparation in terms of it's a week or two to actually go through the financials of the program. Typically we do a Zoom meeting with this company that we're partnering with, and the Zoom meeting will explain the details of the program to the homeowner, and it breaks down the financials of exactly what they're gonna net if the home sells at a certain price and what they can expect after this company actually buys their house and then sells it after they get moved into their new home. So the problem that we typically run into is people are so excited to go get into a new house or get their home on the market that they don't wanna take that next step, or they maybe found another home sooner. And we have to slow that process down a little bit. So this program works really well. They do have a fee involved. It's typically 1 to 3% in addition to whatever the typical real estate fees are that are negotiated. But if you're in a good equitable position, you get to be able to move out of your current home and get into your new home. We get that home all cleaned up, it's vacant, you don't have to deal with showings, and that 1 to 3% that they charge to facilitate this program, oftentimes we're able to get that because the home's cleaned up, it's vacant, we get more showings through, so we can oftentimes cover that fee through this program once you're out of the house and it's vacant. So I really like that program if you have a home you need to sell and you need to get that equity out in order to go buy the other home, and you don't necessarily want to deal with all the showings and everything, but you want to get the most amount of money for your house. Like I said, it's a little more preparation in terms of planning, but it's a really good program that is putting the most amount of money in our sellers' pockets right now and making that move into that next home pretty seamless. So whatever your plans are, there's a program that will benefit you. It's just about scheduling an appointment, looking at all of your options and deciding which one is best for you.